So let's find out if these and this and these and these are real.
Welcome to my island party.
Hello there people, what's good? We're on the Andaman Islands here in India, and this video is inspired by my very own trainers. I love my Nike Air Max, especially when I'm traveling, especially when you've got to walk a lot. Now I saw a pair here and it got me thinking, for a start, were they real or were they fake? So it led me down a bit of a rabbit hole to think, you know what, let's go and investigate it, let's go and check out all the sorts of clothes shops and trainer, sneaker shops that we can find. So I want to look at the sorts of prices that you'll pay here for trainers and clothes, and also talk about the authenticity of them. Because it did get me thinking. Obviously trainers and branded clothes and things couldn't cost the same as what they cost in the UK, just due to the economy here, because you don't get a big mall here, you don't get an Adidas shop here in Port Blair on the Andamans. So whenever shops do sell any of the Adidas brand, could it be counterfeit, could it just be real and cheaper? And I thought, what a better way than to go and actually try and find out ourselves. And I'm going to be rating them. The rating is going to solely be on how authentic and real I actually think they are. So it's going to be mainly sneakers, clothes in general, and the other thing, football shirts. So let's go. Now it's not actually all too often you see people wearing sneakers here, and I am going to use the word sneakers because let's do this for an international audience. The main footwear that you see people wearing here is it's flip-flops. However, let's just go check it all out and see what we find out. So I've made it into the centre of the city, as you can probably tell by the noise, because here you get loads of shops selling clothes and sneakers. So we're going to check out some of the shops here in the centre, and then I want to go to the market as well. The first place we're going to check out is this place called Shoe Marts. So in here we've got loads of branded stuff. The first ones I'll go to. So we've got these. Now I want you to look closely at the Nike sole from Air Force Ones. They've also got the Supreme logo, and they also display Puma. We've got the Reeboks, so it displays all the Reebok signs and the letters. Really quite like. How much are these ones?
$7.99.
$7.99. That's 800 rupees. That's £8. £8 in British money. Always a favourite. What would be the Converse All Stars? Although it says on it says All Sky. So how much on these ones? £10 basically again on this one, on this shoe. We've got what would be the Nike Air Force Ones, sky blue and white. They feel really like spongy. How much on these?
$999.
£10 again on these ones. The shoe which is favourite for the female festival goer. Honestly, I'm sure any student right now who goes raving has a pair of these. And these ones, £10. The big ones, these cost $1,200. So again, £12. But you can tell by, just look at the tick. Still though, they feel alright. But you do know they're not so real. So certainly all of those sneakers I checked out, I can easily tell they were fake. For a start, you can always go by the price, and you can always go by how they feel. But then again, for the price that you pay, it kind of makes sense. If people want to appear to be in branded gear, then they could wear those things at that price. See, these are definitely looking a bit better. Like, looking at these ones, they feel quite nice. How much? £16, £15, £16. Price is 17, so that's about £17. And I'll admit the quality was much better, but then again the price was a little bit higher. You could still tell they weren't real. Certain markings that shoe has, you could just totally tell, but they did actually feel an alright quality. You told me they're an Indian copy, but they're a good copy. How much does this one cost? These copies cost about £28, which is
This
good.
is Sankar model.
Yeah, this shoe is what inspired this video.
Comfortable. Okay. This is good quality.
It is
This
actually for a copy. It's a really good quality.
This grip.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about them, people, is the grip feels quite plasticky. That's £28, so it's quite pricey for India, the Adidas. And how much would these cost? £27 on these ones. They're an alright quality. They have all the marks on them. They're the Jordans, they have all the Jordan marks on them. Some of the other Jordans we've seen didn't. And even the sole is the same as what it would be on the real ones. But it's a copy, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
£30. For copies, they feel like a good quality. Now we've got Jordans. How much? £35 for the Jordan copies. They feel a pretty good quality, I'm not gonna lie. They've got the bubbles, which is squeezable. This is a nice shoe. They feel good quality. The only thing is they may not last so long. £32 on these. I appreciated that, because I didn't have to actually figure out whether it's just a case of they're cheaper because of the economy or whether they are actually counterfeit and copy. They were more than happy to tell me that those shoes were copies. So there's one thing I've gathered from this video so far, is they're all copies. You do not get legitimate branded sneakers here anywhere. I was questioning the authenticity of some of those sneakers before he told me they were copies, and then he just said, yeah, everything in the shop's a copy. And I thought, well, that makes my life a lot easier. But let's go and see if we can find any more, and also just some of the clothes in general. Probably moving on from sneakers. You've got the Adidas shorts up here, and you can just tell from that alone. Lace as well. Yeah, you can tell those shorts behind me, they're clearly copies. But I want to know, how much would the Adidas shorts be? How much? £3.40, pretty much 340 rupees. Shukriya. More Puma shorts. How much? £2.50. So we just looked at the Gucci, the Levi's and the Tommy Hilfiger, and they all cost 500 rupees. That in itself, and plus you could tell the quality. They were just a standard normal quality which had the print on them. They clearly were counterfeit, which I pretty much think everything here now is. I'm convinced. These here, the Jordan flip-flops, cost just 100. Those Air Jordan flip-flops were just £1. Wow. They were clearly fake, but it's different with flip-flops because it's hard to really judge the quality of them. They seemed quite soft and comfortable. Now there's one last thing I do want to check, and it does have me confused, and that's football shirts. Because again, football shirts couldn't be sold at the same price as they're sold at in the UK. Completely understand that, whereas no one would be able to buy them. However, does that make them copies or not? And I think I'm going to have to try and judge that myself and have a feel of them as opposed to ask. But I'm going to find out how much they cost, and I'm going to give my feedback whether I think they're real or not. So I've got an Arsenal shirt here, but you can tell by this logo here. It tells me 250. You've got Liverpool, Barcelona, all the football shirts, 250. Yeah, they were clearly very fake.
This one is 795, which combo is, including shorts.
Oh wow, so with this you get the shorts as well.
Yeah,
so I'm from Manchester.
Oh, okay.
Manchester, you have Barcelona. A Croatia shirt, and no, that's 2 Croatia shirts I've seen on Andaman. Around £8 people. £8 for the football shirts, that's good. Thank you. So it's a similar story with the football shirts, it seems. They were counterfeit as well, there's no question about it, just from the feeling of the actual shirt themselves. Although they had all the correct logos and the correct branding on them, I could still 100% say that I know that they're copies. But you don't really get a mall here. There's no mall that I know of here in Port Blair where you would have like authentic shops that would sell authentic stuff. Like you don't get the Adidas shop. There's not a place anywhere in these islands where you get a collection of the shops of the brands that would then be selling the real stuff. So I guess a lot of it is just cheap fakes from places like Thailand and Vietnam and China. I hope you found this as insightful as I have though. I'm not really surprised, but what does surprise me is the good quality of the stuff that was costing around £30, £35 in that one sneaker store that we went in. The quality of those fakes was actually really good. Probably some of the more better fakes that you see in certain markets in the UK and in Europe. But yeah, it's been insightful. So let me know what you think, and feel free to give your own ratings in the comments as well. Give this video a like and give me a subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content from here, the Andaman Islands here in India. Until the next one, I'm going to go and get a milkshake.